We'll keep it on and use the microphones. So it's 1 o'clock. We're coming out of recess from our morning session to consider land use items. In this case, they're all variances, so we'll be meeting as the Board of Adjustments. If I could have a roll call, please.
Commissioner Richardson?
Here.
Commissioner Thayer?
Here.
Commissioner Pettit?
Here.
All righty, I'd accept a motion to open as the Board of Adjustments.
I'll make a motion. We open the Board of Adjustments.
Second.
All righty, we've got several variances to hear today. Generally, the process is that staff will present. We'll ask the applicant if they have anything to add. We may have questions for staff or the applicant. We'll invite public comment if there is any, and then render a decision. So they'll all run in that manner. Ali, I assume you're covering the first one. So if I could I get a motion to open a hearing for the Crawford Pines Trail Variance 21-0041?
Mr. Chairman, I move that we open the hearing for Crawford Pines Trail VA-21-0041.
I'll second.
The motion and a second to open public hearing on the Crawford Pines Trail variance. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. We're in public hearing. Allie, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Good afternoon. My name is Allie McGahee, Planning Tech with Elbert County. Today we have the Crawford Pines Trail case number VA-210041. This is a request for a major variance to the side yard setback requirement from Residential Agriculture 1 standard side back setback of 25 feet to a requested side yard setback of 8 feet. Keith Crawford is applying for this major variance on his RA1 zone property at 610 North Pines Trail. His application was submitted on May 10th. It has gone through referral and the public hearing has been noticed. The property is surrounded immediately by residentially RA1 zone properties and is in the Skyrim neighborhood near Monarch Meadows, Rolling Hills Acres, and the Amanda Pines Estates neighborhoods. The existing home was built in 2007. At that time, the septic and leach field were sited north of the residence, so they predominate the available building envelope space to the north of the existing driveway. The purpose of this request is to ultimately allow for an additional garage to be built to the south of the driveway within the approved plat amendment PA 210042. Here you'll see the requested setback depicted in green and the proposed setback in yellow. Take note that the existing driveway is at minimum 9 feet and the parking pad is between 22 feet and 37 feet from the south property line. The application was sent to potentially affected agencies and no objections were received. The Skyrim HOA has approved the build as long as both the plat amendment and variance are approved. After review, it was determined by staff that the request meets all 5 variance criteria. Specifically, note criteria B, which states that the requested variance must be an extraordinary and exceptional situation or condition on the property that is stated as the reason for the proposed variance is not self-imposed. The existing residential structure was built prior to the applicant's purchase of the property, and the existing improvements were sited in the southeast corner of the platted building envelope, thus limiting the opportunity to expand improvements to the south and east. The siting of the septic system and leach field immediately to the north of the house further limits improvements that can use existing access. Staff recommends that the Board of Adjustments find that the proposal is in general conformance with the Elbert County Comprehensive Plan. 2, the proposal meets the criteria commonly associated with variance requests. 3, the Elbert County subdivision regulations are not applicable to the application. 4, the proposal is compatible with existing and allowable land uses in the surrounding area. 5, the proposal will not result in significant impact to the health, safety, and welfare of the residents and landowners of the surrounding area. In consideration of the criteria set forth in the Elbert County zoning regulations, and as we understand it, that there are no objections from other governing bodies, the recommendation of Community and Development Services is that the Board of Adjustments approve the major variance for Crawford Pines Trail VA 210041 to allow for a south side setback encroachment of 17 feet on the required setback of 25 feet on the property located at 610 North Pines Trail, Parker, subject to the following conditions. 1, the applicant will be required to remove the public hearing sign within 7 days of a decision by the Board of Adjustments. And 2, plat amendment exhibit PA 210042 must be recorded prior to pulling a building permit associated with this variance, VA 210041. Thank you.
Thank you, Ellie. Any questions for staff at this time? I just actually have one on the plat amendment. Is that an administrative, once approval's gained here? Okay, so there's not a separate hearing that's going to happen there? Okay, thank you. I'd invite the applicant if they've got anything to add. If you could, just give your name and address. And yeah, I know the mic's on. It doesn't seem to.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, do I need
Oh,
to?
there we go.
Oh, there. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. All righty. Did you have anything you'd want?
No,
to
I think
add
it was
to
pretty
this?
well covered. You know, I appreciate all the work that's been done up to this point, and hope for a favorable outcome.
Okay. So that the HOA was fine as long as we were fine. Does your neighbor to the, I guess, to the south? Do they
Yeah,
have any
actually,
concerns, or?
yeah. So prior to doing all of this, we have a pretty good relationship with the neighbor to our right, and sat down with them and had a discussion of what we wanted to do. And actually, he assisted in the development and the design of the structure. Once the sign went up in our yard and we sent out all the letters, he came over with his wife and said they had absolutely no objections, and even indicated that if there was a problem, he'd be happy to speak to somebody.
Oh, thank
And that was kind of the same with the HOA too. So he actually, his name is Chris Spanos, came up, looked at the area, had a tape measure, did all the things he needed to do, and said he was fine. Neighbor across the street was fine, so.
Sounds good. Any questions or comments? No? Okay, then, sir, I'm just going to ask you to step aside for a moment. I'll invite anybody that wants to make public comment. Seeing none, I'll close public comment. There was one condition of removing of the sign.
Well, it's the second approval of the plat and that too.
What's that?
Approval, the plat had to be recorded before.
Oh, yeah, and the recording of the plat, as long as you're good with those conditions. All righty, I would accept a motion to approve with the conditions as presented.
I'll make a motion, we approve Crawford Pines Trail VA-21-0041, subject to the two conditions.
Second.
You have a motion and a second to approve the variance with subject to the conditions presented. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Aye, motion carries. I'd accept a motion to close public hearing on this item.
I'll make a motion, we close public hearing on Crawford Pines Trail VA-21-0041.
Second.
Okay, motion and a second to close public hearing on this item. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Aye, motion carries. Congratulations, sir. Thank you. All righty.
Good afternoon,
Good
Board.
afternoon. Let me just get a motion to open the hearing for this one, and we'll move
Mr.
forward.
Chairman, I move that we open the Johnson VA 210043.
I'll second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second to open a variance hearing for Johnson VA 21-0043. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. We're in public hearing. All righty, the floor is yours.
Awesome. Thank you, Board. All right. To introduce, I am Matthew Carney, Land Use Planner, stepping in for my colleague Jen for this project presentation. This is the Johnson variance, case number VA 210043. And this is a major variance to the side setback requirements of the residential agriculture standard accessory setback of 50 feet. And we are requesting a setback of 38 feet on the side. Chris Summerlin is the representative for Stephen and Lindsay Johnson, the landowners at 273 Summit View Circle, Parker. This location is about a half mile from Elbert Road, County Road 1. The formal application was submitted on May 26th, but I will make a comment to our staff report. Some of the dates are incorrect when we recall the history of the public hearings. The dates that are present up there are correct. In general, for zoning, a lot of the surrounding land uses are agriculture in nature. Some of them have slightly higher densities, and some of the lots as well vary in size comparative to the 15 acres requested here. The existing conditions are fairly straightforward. A relatively barren site with rows of trees along the north side of the property and again along the west. Some sparse vegetation along the east side as well. And the outbuilding that the variance is being requested for is next to that western property line. Just to summarize, 38 feet is where this existing structure is. 50 feet is the required setback. And to summarize, this building has been in since about 2014. So this is an existing structure that we are addressing. That is one of two outbuildings as well, but this is the only one that falls within that setback requirement. The 4 agencies that we reached out to for the referral process had no objections to said project. The building department, assessor, public works, and electric did not have objections. As for variance criteria, the non-conforming structure was from the owner 3 sales ago from circa 2014. This would cause a financial hardship for the landowner, so the site conditions are not applicable to this request as well. And the main other comment to highlight from the criteria is that any additional work that the applicant would do on this project would be on the northeast side of the building that would be going in the other direction of the property line as well. And just a note, between the other property, it's well over 500 feet away from that existing structure. So for a recommendation, staff recommends that the board finds that the proposal is in general conformance with the Elbert County Comprehensive Plan. The proposal meets the criteria commonly associated with variance requests, and the Elbert County subdivision regulations are not applicable to this application. The proposal is compatible with existing and allowable land uses in the surrounding area, and the proposal will not result in significant impact to the health, safety, and welfare of the residents and landowners of the surrounding area. In consideration of the criteria set forth in the Elbert County zoning regulations, and as we understand it, that there are no objections from any other governing bodies, the recommendation of Community and Development Services is that the Board of Adjustments approve the major variance for Johnson, VA 210043, to bring the existing structure into compliance and allow for the 12-foot encroachment on the west side setback on the property located at 273 Summit View Circle, Parker, subject to the following conditions. that the applicant will be required to remove the public hearing sign within 7 days of the decision by the Board of Adjustments. Thank you.
Thank you, Matthew. Do you have any questions for staff?
You said that there were no governmental objections. Were there any neighbor objections?
There were not.
Thank you, Ed. Invite the applicant's rep to come on up. Just if you've got anything to add or to this.
I'm Chris Summerlin,
Oh,
Redline Inspections. I own it. I'm the
okay.
applicant on behalf of Mr. and Mrs. Johnson.
Issue that.
Just want to thank you guys for your time and consideration today.
Yeah, it sounds like you purchased a property, the structure was already there.
Yes, sir.
You want to do some work, and
Yes, sir.
it can't be permitted unless
You got it.
the variance is approved. So I'm assuming you have no problem removing the sign at the end of the hearing?
No, sir.
That was the only condition, so. I don't have any questions unless anybody else does. No? Okay. I appreciate you going through the process, trying to get, kind of keeping things right is
Well,
what we
figured
try to do.
we'd go through it the right way because we're going to end up putting up some more buildings.
Okay.
I train horses, so we're going to.
Oh, wonderful.
Barn,
Okay.
and all that lovely fun stuff.
Okay. So third owner since 2014, you must be relatively new, or when did, oh, okay. Well, welcome to the county.
Thank you, we love it.
Good to hear. I'd accept a motion to approve the variance with the one condition. Oh, thank you. Have any public comment on this? Seeing none, we'll close public comment and accept a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the Johnson VA 21, whoops, that's the wrong one. Is that right? VA 21-0043 with the conditions of approval.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second to approve Johnson variance 21-0043 with the single condition of approval. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Aye, motion carries. There you go. You're good.
I'll make a motion, we close Johnson VA-21-0043.
Second.
A motion and second to close public hearing on VA 21-0043. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Okay, I will accept a motion to open a hearing on Hamilton Barn Variance VA 21-0048.
I'll make a motion, we open a public hearing on Hamilton Barn Variance VA-21-0048.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to open public hearing. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. We're in public hearing. All righty.
Christina Stanton, Director of Community Development Services. As noted, this is the variance for Hamilton Barn, VA 21-0048, which is a request for a variance of approximately 5 feet from the required 25-foot side yard setback for the construction of a pole barn on property located at 35742 Elk Ridge Run, Elizabeth. And you'll note I've got a little bit different format. I've been trying to bullet this more. So overview of the project. This property is zoned Plan Unit Development, PUD. It's 2.67 acres in size. It's heavily treed with mature trees. And there's a gas line that comes from the rear of the western side of the house and a phone and electrical line that angles from the eastern side that cause some constraints, as well as the trees. And the requested variance encroaches the 5 feet towards the property of Chad and Jamie Twiss, who are supportive of the requested variance. There's a letter in the packet to that effect. Real quick application history. Had a pre-app meeting with the applicant May 27th, 2021. A formal application was submitted on June 15th, and it was sent out to referral agencies June 16th through July 6th for standard 21 days. Notices were mailed to property owners, sign went up, and notice in the Elbert County News all on July 29th, 2021. And here you see the zoning map and aerial map. I've kind of zoomed way out on the zoning map. It's up at the very top, a little bit off to the right from center. You can see it highlighted in white. Kind of wanted to show you the other properties in the area and how different zonings there are and the densities in the area. But we do have a much more zoomed in aerial map, so you can also see how heavily treed that area is. And there's not a whole lot of workable land on the property that's not treed. This is the site plan submitted by the applicant to show where he wants to put the structure, and you can see the lines he's got going off from the western side with the gas line and the eastern side with the phone and electrical, pushing it over the 5 feet to clear that line, and like I said, just bringing it in 5 feet from the 25 to be a 20-foot setback. In the referral process, we sent the referrals out to Public Works and Building Department internally. No objections or no comments from those. Other agencies were the Intramural Rural Electric Association, IREA, Elizabeth Fire Protection District, and Black Hills Energy. None of those agencies had any objections. IREA actually said they approved of the variance. Kind of bulleted points from the review analysis from the staff report. The Saddlewood subdivision PUD states that the minimum lot area shall remain at 2.5 acres. So this equates to the residential agriculture 2 or RA2 zoning district, which requires a minimum side yard setback of 25 feet. That's how we got to where we're at on that. The variance criteria are listed in Article 3J, 7A through E. And those are in the staff report. I'm not going to go through all that. I'm going to hit on some of the high points from that. Basically, upon reviewing some of those criteria, we found that the tree, the lot being heavily treed, the gas line, the electrical and phone line, those are existing conditions that were not self-imposed or created in any way by the applicant. The intent of the side yard setback, just like with all setbacks, are to provide separation from uses and structures. This proposed encroachment, again, is just 5 feet. And based on the proposed location of the structure and existing structures of the neighboring property, there's still going to be a separation of about 160 feet. The variance as proposed is the least modification to the required minimum side yard setback that will afford relief from the regulations. So that staff has the following findings, and hopefully you'll agree. The proposal is in general conformance with the Elbert County Comprehensive Plan. The proposal does meet the criteria commonly associated with variance requests. The Elbert County subdivision regulations are not applicable to the application, and the proposal is compatible with existing allowable land uses in the surrounding area, and the proposal will not result in a significant impact to the health, safety, and welfare of residents and landowners of the surrounding area. So with that, staff is recommending approval to the Board of Adjustments of the requested variance of 5 feet from the required 25-foot side yard setback for Hamilton Bard variance VA 210048, subject to just a condition that the applicant remove the required, be required to remove the public hearing sign within 7 days of approval by the Board of, I should say Adjustments, not County Commissioners, I apologize. Missed one. Thank you.
Any questions for staff? I have none. I'd invite the applicant up. Yeah, sir, just name and address and anything you'd like to add.
Yeah, Jason Hamilton, 35742 Elk Ridge Run.
All right, welcome. Anything you'd like to add, or?
I don't think so. I
What you
think
heard
Christina
looks
covered
pretty
it pretty well.
straightforward.
Yes, sir.
I'll ask the same question. The condition of removing the sign, I assume you have no issues with?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I would open it up for public comment at this time if anybody had anything in regard to this application. Yes, sir. If you could, just your name and address, and we're live streaming, so folks can hear you.
David Anglia. I am the secretary for the Saddlewood Homeowners Association, this neighborhood. And with me is my colleague, who's the Architectural Review Committee chairman. We've looked at the plans and the application. The Homeowners Association has no issue with the variance request.
Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you. So, seeing no other, I'll close public comment at this time and would accept a motion to approve with the condition.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the Hamilton Barn variance VA-21-0048 with the conditions of approval.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the Hamilton Barn variance VA 21-0048 with the condition of approval. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Aye, motion carries. I would accept a motion to close public hearing on this
I'll
item.
make a motion, we close public hearing on Hamilton Barn variance VA-21-0048.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the variance with condition of approval. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Or was that a closure?
Oh, I'm sorry. Make a motion to,
I think you did make the motion.
yeah. What-
There, yeah, so
Okay.
that, sorry, the hearing was closed. Sorry, I was one line up on my notes. So with that, there being no further business before us today, I would accept a motion to adjourn this meeting.
I'll make a motion, we close the Board of Adjustments.
Okay.
Second.
Okay. We have a motion to close the Board of Adjustments. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Now I'd accept a motion to adjourn for the...
I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
Second.
A motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, we are adjourned. Thank you.